Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth Molina, and many of you know me as your beauty guru. This is part 3 of the coffee enema series and its benefits for beauty. So we've already gone over what is a coffee enema. We've already gone over how to prepare a coffee enema. Now we're going to talk about how to prepare your space. Also, before we start, I always want to say that I am not a licensed medical professional, nor am I trying to be one. So again, I'm just sharing my experience, and I am hoping you guys find some value in this. So let's get started. Now that we have our coffee enema prepared, we have the liquid ready, we know how to do it, we know what it's for, we want to set up our space. I want to make sure that you are set up for success. It took me a couple of tries to get it right, but after 2 years of doing this, I want to say that I think I've got the right recipe, but you can always tweak it. So this is how I prepare my space. So obviously you take your bag to the bathroom, you hang it up with a hook. They usually all come with a little hook. You want to hang it up higher above than your waist so that the gravity can go. And I use a yoga mat. So I put a yoga mat on the floor, and I also put a towel. I use a black towel. And then I put a wee pad on there just in case. Sometimes you might get nervous. It's really scary sometimes to put stuff up there, and you know, it's just for safety. You put a wee pad on there. You don't have to, but I do. And the reason for the yoga mat and the towel is because the floor is super cold. I don't have heated floors, so I think it's a good buffer because you're on there, you don't want to be cold, you don't want your body to be tense. It's already, I don't know, for me, the beginning I was very tense. So I realized that putting the yoga mat was like so nice to keep it a little bit warm. I also put a little heater there because for me, I like my body to be warm, and I feel like it makes a big impact on the coffee enema. So that's kind of how you set up your space. You put the yoga mat, the towel, the wee pad, and then you're good to go. So now that your space is set up, what do? You start with the coffee. You know, you use your coconut oil, you insert the nozzle. It's not painful. You insert this and you release the clamp and you start. And so what happens is, as soon as you feel a little pressure, you feel like you really have to go, you try your best to hold it. If you can hold it in for at least 5 minutes. In the beginning, it's really hard because you get this urge to go. If you can hold it, like if you can withstand it, great. If you can't, it's okay, just go. Like, don't put that pressure on your body. You want to build up to holding it in for 12 to 15 minutes. Again, 12 is a magic number. The longer you can hold it in, the better. So what I do is I do I lay on my left side and I insert, and then I hold it for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Then I turn on my back. I try to hold it for 2 minutes. Then I turn on my right side and try to hold it for 2 minutes. And I do that again. I rotate. Another thing that I do while the coffee enema is happening is I put on meditation, or I watch YouTube videos. It's really my time to kind of just like relax. It's my me time. Nobody bothers me when I'm in the bathroom doing coffee enemas. I announce it. I'm doing coffee enema, guys. Like, literally no one even like, I don't exist, which is amazing, because when you're a mom and there's so many things happening, everyone's always calling you for something. And so it's really like my private time. And so something else that I do while I'm doing the coffee enemas is I have like my own little meditation that I do. And I usually do it in the morning, but sometimes I do it at night. And so when I do it at night, I kind of have this little ritual that I do. And what I do is I kind of think about, it's ironic, right? Because you're in the bathroom, you're doing coffee enemas and you're getting rid of waste. So I sit there, and as I'm doing it, I think about all the crap and all the shit that I went through that day, or that I didn't like, or that I was upset about. And I really think about it. And obviously when I have to like expel, after I insert and it's time for me to sit on the toilet, I think about all this shit and I'm just like, okay, you're done, get out of here. Like, I have no space for you. So that's something that I do. I don't know if that's TMI, but I thought it was really insightful because it was so helpful to like think about it and let it go, and literally let it go. But I listen to ebooks on there, to audiobooks, sorry. And really, I always meditate when I'm there. I try to, at least, because it's so comforting. But in the beginning, I do want to say that what helped me stay longer, like hold the coffee in longer, was watching Dr. Pimple Popper. I don't know why I'm obsessed with watching these pimples pop. And even though I had this urge to go, I really wanted my best to try to hold it in for 12 minutes. So I would watch these videos, and I got so entertained by the videos that I forgot that I had the coffee, and I was actually like, oh, I can hold this for longer. So that helped me. Like, maybe you can put something that you like to watch. And so that's kind of how you set your space, create your intention. Sometimes I light a candle. I put like really nice music, meditation music, like it's just my me time. And then once you're done with that and you've gone and you've finished, what you're gonna do with your setup is you're going to clean your coffee enema kit. So you're gonna roll up your yoga mat, you're gonna dispose of your wee-wee pad if it got dirty or whatnot. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but you're gonna take the nozzle tip out. First of all, you're gonna open it to make sure that there's like no liquid left inside, because sometimes you've emptied the bag out. You've emptied the bag out, but there's still stuff in the lining if it all didn't go in. So you want to empty out whatever's left of it, like raise it up high, and then you take off the tip. And this is how I clean it. I use hydrogen peroxide, and I take a plastic cup. Well, I use a glass cup, but if you have whatever cup works. I have a glass cup, and I put 2 capfuls of hydrogen peroxide, and I put this inside because hydrogen peroxide is super clean. I don't use alcohol because it actually strips down the coating of the silicone and just kind of it messes up the integrity of the product, and I don't want to do that. And then what I do with this is I fill this up with water. I also fill it up with 2 capfuls of hydrogen peroxide. If you don't have hydrogen peroxide, it's like $2 at like CVS or Walgreens or your local bodega. Like everyone has hydrogen peroxide for sale in the first aid kit aisle, or you can just ask them. It's always next to the alcohol, rubbing alcohol, not the other kind of alcohol. And so I close the clamp again. I fill this all the way to the top. I let it soak for like a couple of minutes. I sometimes put a timer for 5 minutes. It really depends. Sometimes I leave it there all day. I forget about it. And then whenever I see it again, I actually go to the sink and I open the clamp and I just let all the stuff go through. Make sure that this is completely dry. I take it out. I let it ring overnight, and it's usually pretty clear. And then you can store it, put it away however you do it. And so that is basically the setup and the cleanup for the coffee enema. I hope that you found this helpful. Please subscribe below. If you have any questions, please comment. You can follow me on Instagram and ask me any questions. I hope you found that helpful. Thank you so much.